What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Music to My Ears podcast. And this is episode 5, y'all. And we got a special guest in the room. My boy Weegi is here with us. Let's freaking go. What's up, brother?
An honor and a privilege to be here, my brother.
Man, it's so dope to finally have you here. I know we've been back and forth discussing this, trying to get it right, man. In Chicago weather, this cold been crazy, so we've been trying to get it together, but we finally made it. So we here. Let the people know where you from, what side of the city you repping. Give us a little bit of background story of you, my boy.
Weegi Wizers. I'm from the south side of Chicago, Pilsen, 18th Street. Everybody that know what's up, you know what's up. I'm Puerto Rican and Mexican. Boricua, Huepa,
nice, let's go.
My people. Man, I've been doing this since I was 14 with the writing.
Yeah.
I had a Spider-Man notebook I'll carry around at school, bro. And I just always had a passion for this. Ever since I was 14, I knew what I was going to do with my life. And that gave me some type of solace. And I'm blessed to have that cathartic moment, because a lot of people don't. They just be wandering aimlessly and don't know what to do. But me, it was more so I know how to do. I know what I want to do, but how am I going to do this? And fuck it, we here now.
Yeah, that is crazy. So that leads into my next question, because like obviously, you know, I have a lot of music friends, so I just try to figure out, like, they used to have like something that they would do when they were younger that kind of shaped them into becoming an artist in the future. Like, what was something like creative wise that you used to do when you was younger that used to, you know, like that kind of contributed to you being an artist now?
Poetry.
Okay.
Video games.
Yeah.
I used to be a gamer. Like, I would be in the room locked in, not leaving the screen.
Yeah.
My brother was also a graffiti artist. I get the name Weegi from him.
Yeah.
He used to tag Weegi all over the city, do some awesome, like, I'm talking about some masterpieces on side of buildings, trains, all this.
Yeah.
And everybody around the block just called me Lil Weegi. So I've been around art my entire life.
Yeah.
My uncle Junior, he was an incredible artist. He used to make cardboard animals,
Let's
bro.
go.
Cardboard animals, and he would like ridge it out, put napkins inside to create the body, and glue googly eyes on that shit, bro. Like, I come from art.
That's what's up. That's so dope. That's really dope. So you said like poetry kind of got you started doing that, and then like art too as well. So do you like paint and do stuff like that?
Shit.
Also,
I could paint a little bit, but it ain't no damn Picasso, I'll tell you that. Definitely, when I'm, who knows, in the future, I could definitely just be like, I feel like painting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna paint. I've been to like sipping paints before, so I like that vibe.
That's really cool.
Not opposed to it.
Yeah. The sip and paint vibe. Yeah, true. What would you say like inspired your style? Because like I remember when I first met you, it was like, damn, it's been like 2 years.
Shit.
I met you like 2 years ago. It was at one of the co-create events. Shout out to co-creator
Heaven
Shane
on Earth,
Fade.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
shout out
I remember,
Shane.
shout out to the boy Shane Fade. And it was just crazy because you know, I was there on the agenda, like, I want to be in a different space. I want to go somewhere where I'm not familiar with these different artists. I'm tired of seeing the new, you know, like the common ones that we all see. And me just being a music head, I wanted to just get to know more artists that was in the scene, that was really out here putting in the work. And I think you stood out to me because you had like this crazy, incredible style, bro. Like you had on I don't know. I just remember the alligator skin shoes. Like, he was going crazy, bro. The shit was fire. And I was just like, and I think we had a conversation just about music and stuff when we was there, which was really cool. But how can you say, like, your fashion and all of that stuff? Like, what inspired that? Because you're killing it, my boy.
First of all, gratitude. I want to say I was on a similar mission when I went out there that night. I was going to support my homegirl Kiki.
Yeah.
And I never been in this space. I don't know what it's
Yeah.
gonna do for me, but I love taking chances and I
Yeah.
just love experiencing new things.
Yeah.
So we definitely um, succeeded on that mission.
Yeah.
My style, I'm very into the 60s and 70s and the artists from that generation,
That's awesome.
but also my uncles, my grandpa,
Mhm.
my father, they were dressing like this.
Yeah.
And you open up a photo album
Yeah.
in my family and you gonna see motherfuckers that look like me.
Yeah.
Not just the genetics, motherfucker, the whole fit.
The whole fit.
And I feel like dressing this way is an amazing way to pay homage to the uncles that I lost,
Yeah.
and my grandfather. I feel closer to them when I dress like
Yeah.
this.
That's really awesome, bro. Like I said, when I first seen the style, I was like, my boy Weegi is killing it out here. And then found out that you did music too as well. I was just like even blown away too, because when I first heard your music, I was like, this is something different, and this is what I like, and this is what I like to find from new artists, because it's not the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what I picked up from it, like, I call you the disco king in my head, bro, because like every time I hear the music, like you could just groove. You know what I mean? And I think that's one of your records that you made
Groove with
called
me.
Groove. Yeah, Groove with me.
Yeah.
So it's just really cool to be able to like feel that energy and then put that name on it when you already have that name as the song, because that's what it makes you do. So like, what inspired like that record, like putting that record out first?
Groove with me was actually the first time that I've experimented with that house music
Okay.
sound. I always loved house music growing up at the block parties.
Yeah.
Just straight jamming, you
Yeah.
feel me? Like strictly rhythm,
Yeah.
follow me,
Yeah.
deep down inside, deep, all that shit.
Exactly.
So it's always been in my DNA, and I just really wanted to try my hand in that. Like, how would I approach this?
Yeah.
And Groove With Me was, like I said, the first track that I came up with. It was just like, Groove With Me, groove. Of course, I was stoned as fuck when I made that shit.
I feel like you have to be.
I was just wavy. But it just came to me, man. And the concept, the cover art where I'm naked with the disco ball.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I don't know. That it was just art.
That was a really dope record, bro. It definitely showed that you took the time out and you actually put a layout for it before you dropped it, and then just the branding of it overall was like, okay, like Weegi can step into being a character of whatever he wants to do, but it's still him. You know what I mean? It's not changing who he is or what he's trying to be or whatever. It's still authentic and it's showing him, but just in different art forms. So I thought that was really cool. Moving on to the next question would be like, how do you feel like your culture twines into your music, like when you're creating?
That's an amazing question. It's just, like I said, my essence, like everything around me, like all my experiences.
Yeah.
They're going to just tie into the music.
Mm.
And I am hip-hop.
Yeah.
I'm hip-hop to the core.
Let's go.
Don't let this shit fool you. I come from the boom bap rap. I'm trying to take motherfuckers' heads off, punchlines, jump into any cipher. I do this shit for real. I am hip-hop. And every time I perform, I say I am a hip-hop artist from the south side of Chicago. I never want that to be lost. I love this art form. I respect this art form. It's always been a part of me, and it always will be, and I'll always put it in the forefront of whatever it is I do. My goal is to push it further, push the boundaries further of what hip-hop is and what's acceptable in it.
Yeah.
Because motherfuckers hear house music, they're like, oh, you can't really rap on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Bitch, yes, the fuck you
definitely can. Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell stories over that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you feel something.
Yeah.
And you still gonna groove to the shit.
Exactly. House music is like where it started, and when it twined into hip hop being like a lyrical thing, all of that still stem from the same root. So it's like you can't forget about that.
You're
You know what I
absolutely
mean?
right. Like hip hop was birthed off of the drum breaks from the
Yeah.
the disco songs, and
Yeah.
they would just loop that one part and rap over it.
Yeah.
It's in the essence of
Yeah.
it already.
And then I was like, while you were saying that, I was just thinking in my head, like, even if you wanted to go back further, like the essence of how music was created from like a tribal interaction of just noises and, you know, sounds coming together to be of an essence to whatever the culture was at that time. But it was still something that was able to get everyone up to move, create, and still make some type of noise that everyone could like gravitate to. I don't know. That's crazy to me. Like I think about that a lot. Like we have a lot of cultures and a lot of, you know, different countries and people from different nationalities, but everybody is really entwined.
Because music is universal. It's
Yeah.
a universal language. It don't matter. The vibrations are just going to speak.
Yeah.
And everybody understands that. Everybody understands feeling.
Mhm.
That's all we're conveying.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty awesome because it's like everyone has some form of music that they can go to. Even if they don't like hip hop, they still got some type of music that they can put on and still groove to. You know what I mean? It might not be something we might like or we might understand, but it's still something that they can put on and still groove to. That's a sound of essence of instruments, something to, you know what I mean, make music. I think that's freaking awesome.
You be grooving to that bachata and cumbia.
Hey, I love it, bro. I love my
You be in
culture.
that bitch.
People,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know I'm half black, I'm half Mexican, so like I definitely tap into both sides when it's beneficial and like just anytime I want to. So it's really, you know, that's really always a good thing. You've been an up and coming artist in the city, and you know, just being in the scene for years. How do you feel like the Chicago music scene is like evolving now from maybe like 5 years ago or maybe 6 to now that you've seen, like being out here, like doing shows and stuff?
When I first started, there was a narrative that a lot of people pushed that Chicago was full of animosity and hate.
Yeah.
But when I'm out, I don't really see that.
Yeah.
I see people actually trying to build, trying to collab,
Yeah.
having like minds and goals and just going for it.
Yeah.
And I also subscribe to that because I'm that type of person.
Yeah.
If there's chemistry with the music,
Yeah.
we could definitely get on some shit.
Exactly.
I don't care if you got 0 followers
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
It's mostly about the art form for me.
Yeah.
And I feel a lot of people are stepping into that.
Yeah.
And yeah, bro, like it's camaraderie
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Do you see that too?
Yeah. Now, you know what's crazy? Like, I actually do see that now. I feel like I was in both spaces. Like, I've seen a lot have changed, definitely from like when I first start doing like a manager role and like putting myself out there in like 2010. It was definitely kind of intimidating. I'm gonna be honest, because you have like a lot of old heads that's been running this stuff for years and been doing stuff and move a certain way. And, you know, they got businesses and all this stuff, and then they follow the industry standard. I'm not saying all of them do, but majority kind of do, and it kind of, you know, like that kind of interferes, I feel like, sometimes with the creative process. I feel like music isn't, like you said, music is a universal thing. So it's like when you're creating this type of music, you should be at your most vulnerable side to just let down the guards to be able to just create and have fun and see what comes along with that vibe at that time of you just having fun doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
And that was like the biggest advice that I've got when even trying to do anything creatively is have fun doing it. Like, you don't want to do something that you hate doing, because then you're not really being 100% authentic with your craft. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that can go like a business way or like a industry way, and people will have something to say about that. But at the end of the day, like, if you make music and you put it out and you have fun doing it and you stay consistent, like, a lot of your audience are gonna come naturally. It's gonna happen for you. Someone's gonna listen to it. It might take 1 to 10 people in 2 months, but then after that, you know, like, it could change overnight. And I've seen it happen to a lot of artists that don't even understand how. You know what I mean? But it's just usually the stuff that you hate doing is usually the stuff that's gonna catapult you into the next stratosphere of whatever you're trying to do. It's just the fear sometimes I feel like we have of human beings that we don't go for because we don't know what to expect. So, how do you feel sometimes like when you're creating or like when you're at a show, do you ever get like I'm pretty sure I know I would. Do you ever get like nervous or sometimes before you go like perform or like do stuff like that? Cuz I know sometimes like I said it could be overwhelming and then you got to worry about pleasing people. So, like how do you feel like when it comes to stuff like that?
Nervous ain't the right word.
Okay.
More like just adrenaline.
Yeah.
Like,
I know
ooh,
exactly. Yeah.
let's go.
I know exactly. Yeah, I could. That's why I couldn't name it. So that's why I was like,
I'm ready. I
yeah.
live on that stage. Heaven is me performing.
Okay.
I feel like weightless up there, and most of the time I black out. Everybody be like, "Yo, you just killed that." I would be like, "I would never know until
someone posted."
Yeah, and then you can see my eyes rolling in the back of my head and shit. I'm like, "Oh,
that is hilarious.
yeah, man." But back to what you were saying about the overnight. There's a saying that people say where there's like, it takes 10 years to become an overnight success. And that's so true, man.
It's very true.
People always just see the final result and not all the hard work, the blood, sweat, and tears that it takes.
Yeah.
The thousands of dollars that you put into this.
Yeah, even just the connections, the going out, the waking up early, the making sure you on time, like traveling, and it's
performing at a show with 5 people.
Yeah.
2 of them having a conversation.
Yeah.
But the other 3, they're locked in.
Yeah.
And we just like this.
Yeah.
Eye contact. Put your hands up. And we just
exactly.
I feel like I'm in a stadium.
Yeah.
Even with those 3 people.
Yep. I always said that too. Like, if you're able to move at least one person doing your show, you already are winning. Because if you're able to do it for one, you're able to do it for millions. It's just how do you put the plan together to make that a reality? And it's there to do that. I don't know, but I think it's just really awesome to be able to do what you do and step in front of audiences and perform your music and just be yourself and have this amazing style and just let other people resonate with it. If they don't, then it's someone else for them that they can resonate with. But you did your job. You were there and you showed up, and the people that receive it will take it and always remember, oh, I remember it. The Weegi set, like that shit was crazy. It was lit. So it's like you're one of those artists for me that like when I go to your shows, like I'm like, my boy is Weegi. He's gonna do his thing because there's no one else that I can compare to him, just based off the stuff that he showed me over like the year of him just being consistent and putting out music and his style and creative style. So I can't, you know what I mean? It's different from the other. So that's why I feel like when I find artists like that make me like want to invest, to be like, okay, I'm gonna go to their show just to go and chill and listen to the music. Like, I think that's the biggest thing, because it's like you'll have that person that will invest in you or try to help you or try to naturally or just genuinely want to see you win, and you just never know. You know what I mean? You never know who's watching. You never know who's pulling up to the show. 9 times out of 10, you would think like the quietest person in the room probably not about nothing, and they the ones running everything. You know what I mean? So it's just always cool to just be yourself and
treat people with kindness.
Exactly. You said it the most perfectest way that I was gonna get to. Moving right along, what advice can you give like a lot of up and coming, maybe a lot of up and coming Latino artists that's trying to be in the same position as you, that probably look at you and be like, wow, if he could do it, like this is really cool. It's new to me. Like I know I can do it if if I have the confidence or whatever. Like what advice can you give to up and coming Latin artists that's trying to be in the same shoes you are?
Show up for yourself. You got to put the work in, day out. the only way that you're gonna get to where you want to go is if you put that work in. There's no shortcuts. Study the greats and really hone in on what makes them great. There's just so many gems in certain interviews that artists leave that get overlooked, in my opinion. It could be something so subtle, and really just study people, study them, and put in the work. That's it. You'll be good.
Yeah, I think that's like the most authentic answer that you can give, and it's so simple. It's just, I think, I don't know, we just don't be wanting to do it.
That's the problem.
That's the thing.
Like
You know,
everybody want this shit,
yeah,
but they don't
exactly.
really want it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, even me, if I was 14 again,
Yeah,
and I saw beforehand everything that I was gonna go through
yeah,
before I reached that destination,
yeah.
I probably would have been like,
We would have had a whole different outcome.
you know.
Exactly.
But now that I'm in this and I'm 10 toes down,
Yeah,
I wouldn't trade this shit for the world.
yeah,
No matter how much money I spend on this,
Yeah.
or whatever, like, I love this.
I would say the same thing too, bro, because it's like a lot of people don't understand like this world. And when I say that, I'm like, because you can have your normal homies that you hang out with and stuff like that, but then you can go tap into be like in this creative space around your musical friends or people that just do other cool stuff like produce and stuff like that, or play an instrument or be in a band. And it's like, it'll just, I always say it'll just heal you in that moment when you're just like probably going through something, or you just want to feel disconnected or back in a creative space. Like, it's always cool to be able to just tap into like the music world and be in that space. So here in Chicago, you know, we have like a lot of events, and we were just talking about that earlier, like the co-create event. Why do you feel like events like that, or like just other events that you've been a part of, are important to the scene and up and coming artists as well here in Chicago?
They give artists a platform.
Mm-hmm.
I still go to open mics routinely.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily to, like, connect with people.
Yeah.
As antisocial as that shit sounds, I'm trying to get my reps in.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
the gym, I'm practicing for Lollapalooza.
Yeah, exactly.
Rolling Loud.
Yeah.
The only way that you're gonna get better with your stage presence is actually going there and performing.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Stuff. So when I see an artist that is not as sharp as they could be on stage, I'd be like, oh, this is exactly why we have spots like this.
Yeah.
So they could practice. So when they do make it big and they have a huge show with thousands of people, the people don't leave that show like,
Yeah.
that shit was fucking whack, bro. He just
Yeah,
rapped
exactly.
over his backtrack and
Yeah.
just kept walking back and forth,
Yeah.
not looking at anybody, giving eye contact. Like, that shit was whack. Why did I pay money for that?
Yeah.
So yeah, people should see those events as a gym.
I think that's very important too, because like compared to a couple years ago, I remember there used to be like a lot of events, but it was like it used to be intimidating for a lot of people that was coming up, because it was like you had to kind of, I don't want to like say you had to you had to be a part of that niche of people that was always doing stuff together, and it felt like that community was always just so enclosed because it was just their circle. So it was like a lot of artists would struggle to try to get opportunities because the ones without it was always a lot of favoritism, I feel like. But now what I notice in the industry here in Chicago is that we have so many diverse groups of people that are building these different platforms and that are like, you know what, I just want to take the initiative to just create something to just give artists a space. Like even for the blog, like that came up as an idea of just me literally sitting at the computer and being like, oh, what music am I going to run into randomly on YouTube and find that's going to be like, damn, you know, this is different, crazy, and I'm gonna just, if I like it, I'm gonna write about it. And that turned into the idea of being like, well, maybe I can do something else with this and really like help other people. Cause I've always been the genuine dude, bro, and I've always been like a craft for the music and love, like just always wanted to be around it because my sister was a rapper. So it was like I had to step up to the plate and learn the management stuff and like all of this because we were at shows and stuff and I was meeting these people and I'm like, bro, I can't be fucking shy. Like, and around all these big people and missing all these moments.
And
hell,
be a manager.
No, yeah, exactly. This shit don't even make sense.
Nah.
So it was like, that kind of broke the ice for me to just be so like upfront but respectful in a way and still be young. So I feel like a lot of people kind of wasn't used to that because you didn't have a lot of people like my age that was trying to get involved.
Mm-hmm.
So to them it probably could have been like a joke or being intimidated because you had this new person that was coming up trying to do the same thing that they've been doing for years. So that's why I always say like these spaces I feel like are important because what I've seen from back then to now is that a lot of people are doing them now. A lot of people are opening the doors to have these artists come and showcase their music, their art. Like even the beat battle stuff now, like that stuff is like super crazy to me. I love doing that. But then that just shows you like how those key elements of people that do different things and not are just artists, the behind the scenes people also have how can you say that, contributed to everything else as well. Mm-hmm. So it's like, we forget about the people that produce, we forget about the people that mix, we forget about the people that edit. So it's like to have a whole community of people like that now be on the forefront and want to be involved with creating the process of all of the music together. That shit is crazy to me. It's beautiful.
It's lovely. And I'm glad that you brought up the beat battles because like that's my favorite shit to watch, bro. Like, bro, especially with the transitions and shit, man, incredible, phenomenal. Engineers and creative directors, producers, unsung heroes of hip hop.
Yeah, I you can go back to Jay Dilla days, like he was just crazy. Like one of my favorite producers is Static Select. Like his stuff is just off the wall.
Ninth Wonder.
Yeah, Ninth Wonder.
I've watched that new Rhythm Roulette like 15 times. The newest one. Oh my God, he makes that shit look so easy. Yeah. And I could relate to that passion where he's just like, ooh, and he come up with some shit. Yeah. I know that feeling. And it just makes me so happy for him to be so successful and at the age that he's at. Yeah. Like bro, like success stories everywhere in hip hop. Yeah. And I hate when people talk about this is a young man's game. Like, no, it's not. No. Not anymore. Hip hop itself is such a young genre. So we haven't given it grace. Mm-hmm. So we don't know how it does when we're now finding out how it does when it's aging. Yeah. And it's aging like fine wine, in my opinion.
I agree. I definitely feel like that as well. You being an up and coming artist from Chicago, I'm pretty sure like you listen to Kanye a lot too, maybe Common, Lupe, and like people like that, or Twista before. Who are some people in the city that like if you can get an opportunity to work with or just like be able to shadow for a day or just like do something cool with musically, like who would that be in the city?
Lupe. Lupe is the reason I started rapping, to be honest.
Wow, that's awesome.
Hurt Me So, Food and Liquor.
Let's go.
I heard that in my brother's whip for the first time, and that shit just fucked my entire head up. And I was like, I love this shit. Yeah. He's like, couldn't relate to a bitch I dated. Excuse me for hers and the favorite word I like, but I heard it from a song I heard, insert a like. Yeah. Like, bruh, like, what the fuck we talking about? Exactly. And how just the wordplay and how it made me feel. Yeah. Really how it made me feel is what drew me into it the most. The inspiration, the like all that I felt. I was like, I want to be able to do that. I want that type of connection and creation. So Lupe, for sure.
Lupe, if you seeing this, bro, definitely tap in with my boy Weegi. I'm tapping with my boy. That's all I'm saying.
I don't even want to make a song with you. I just would love to have a conversation with you.
That would be epic. That would be really epic. Yeah, Lupe, tap in with my boy Weegi. So give me like 2 more. I know Lupe was 1.
Common, of course.
Okay.
My sister met Common like 4 times.
Nice.
She's a huge Common fan. One of my favorite albums is actually B.
Mm-hmm.
You know B?
Yeah.
The outro, It's Your World, I listened to that on some real dark ass days.
Yeah.
That mantra at the end that his father was spitting,
Mm-hmm.
where he's talking about be eternal
Yeah.
and be grateful to life and be grateful for life.
Yeah.
That has always stuck with me, and those beliefs are in my core now. Like those are core values that I share. Common. And from the city, only from the city?
You could pick, just from the city. Just from the city.
Chance.
Okay. Yeah.
Chance. I don't know. I feel like me and him would have great chemistry on the track.
Yeah.
Very eccentric, bar heavy.
I was gonna say, I think you all would make like a really dope ass like disco, hip hop track. That would be crazy, bro.
Chance. we gonna get it done.
Okay. Yeah, Chance, if you watching this, bro, definitely tap in with my boy Weegi. You'll be grooving forever.
Yes, sir.
Grooving forever. I know you dropped a couple singles recently. Those did very well. It definitely showed the growth from the Groove to Me record. And it being 2025, like what can a lot of your fans and viewers like expect from you from this year? Because bro, you got the style, like you be killing it, like, and you really be out here grinding and putting in the work. And I feel like a lot of people don't praise artists like that no more that are independently doing that. And me being like just a person on the outside, I've definitely seen that from you, and it's just inspiring to see that, you know, like you're still being consistent, you're still working towards your craft, because you have a lot of people that say they really want to do this, and like you said, they don't really keep up with it, and then it kind of lose and die off. So it's like seeing you continue to do this and move forward into the future. Like I'm already knowing you got some crazy stuff coming. So just let the people know like what they can expect from you in 2025.
You can expect from me an experience, a story, something that is going to be monumental coming out of Chicago, a game changer. And that's all I'm going to say.
Y'all definitely stay tuned, because my boy Weegi is about to take over. I know you're going to be outside this summer. So if y'all tap in with my boy Weegi, follow him on all the platforms. You can let them know your platforms to follow you on.
Everything. WeegiWizers. Weegi Wizers. Come fuck with me. I appreciate the love. I appreciate my boy AJ right here.
I love you, bro. Always.
Incredible time. This is long overdue. Yeah, man, we gonna keep rocking. We gonna keep bringing the vibes and the good times, and also the thought-provoking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like I said, bro, I'm very excited for you this year. Like I said, you've been putting in the work, and I know a lot of people are just rooting for you, and they want to see you do great things because you're killing it. I'm gonna continue to try to provide a platform for a lot of you up and coming artists that's in the city that deserve it, and it's coming from the heart and it's being genuine. And I feel like that's how you build community, and you keep moving forward, and you just grow as a bigger community.
Did you hear that? That was a fucking gem that he just dropped.
I just
right
dropped
there.
the gem for y'all.
Did you hear that? Were you listening?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
okay to build community, y'all. It's okay to be different and be in spaces.
It's crucial to build community.
Yeah. Why do you think that? Why do you think it's like important to build community? Because there's people that I run into that just be so one side minded, and I'd be like, sometimes you got to step out of your norm and be around different groups of people to learn more about yourself and be able to like take them skills to apply to it can probably open up another creative side of you that you didn't even know you had just by being in a room with different people. You know what I mean? So like, how is that important to you? Like, being in spaces with different people that do the same thing you do, but everyone has their own different sound.
Because it's inspiring.
Yeah,
Inspiration is an energy.
yeah,
And sometimes when you feel like you're lacking that, you just got to be around people that inspire you.
yeah.
You could see an approach that would change your life. I learned so many things from my artist friends coming up. Shout out Kinetic, shout out Blade, my dog, Teddy Truman, Nye the Most High, Nova, Ideal, like all these people, 20, East. I could go on and on because I actually have community.
Yeah,
But it's crucial to growth and development. There's cities don't grow by just one person.
yeah,
Movies aren't made by just one person, and if
Yeah.
it is, it's a shitty fucking movie.
yeah,
Look at the credits to all the great movies, all the great albums, everything. It takes a village
yeah,
of people,
yeah,
and the whole individualist mindset is cool. It's attractive. I get it. You're
Yeah.
self-made. You did all that shit yourself. But nah, bruh, you could go so much further and faster together, and we need more people that are community minded.
yeah.
Don't shoot yourself in the foot thinking
Yeah.
you could do everything yourself.
Nope. I learned that lesson. I definitely learned that lesson. So it's all about building community, people. It's okay to be able to be different and be in spaces and not and let your guard down and just let the universe take over the vibe, and it'll always work out in the best forefront for you. That's what I always say. Definitely.
He's dropping gems again.
Because,
You
bro, this
don't
is what I
fucking
do. Like,
hear
I
him.
people used to look at me funny because I used to just be myself, and I've never changed that. And then now it's so funny to me because it's like those same people be coming around the mountain trying to get some type of opportunity, and I'm still myself. Like, I don't ever try to shit on nobody or never be like, oh no, like whatever, you tried to do this to me before, but because you know what, God has been good to me, and I've learned my lesson. If I was to step into that space to be on that big minded side to do that to people, everything will be taken from me, and I've learned that. So nowadays it's like you still have to move with abundance, I call it, and still be able to show people that regardless if you don't like me or not, because I'm different, I can still bring different people together, and it'll still showcase the vibe regardless, and it'll make you drop your guard and be like, damn, okay, this man is actually pretty cool.
Yes, and
And then it'll be something so simple,
And
and
sh-
you'll just be like, the whole time it just wasn't even worth none of that. It's just being accepted by the vibe of just being in spaces with new people and seeing how you develop the skills you take away from that environment.
I met some of my closest friends now a couple years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and that's beautiful because
Yeah.
I would pray to God about bring people in my life that actually take this as seriously as I do,
Yeah.
and keep me far away from anybody that is a
Distraction.
distraction
Yes.
or has some type of secret animosity to me.
Yes.
And you'd be amazed how many motherfuckers started falling from the wayside, bro.
You can say that again.
Cannot make that shit up.
Yeah.
God is good all the time.
All the time.
And God is good.
What I've learned to, like, definitely being in this industry is that sometimes he will want you to just sit back, and because he already knows, like, you're working hard, you're trying to do the big one that you're trying to do, and do all this crazy stuff and stay consistent, but we have our battles every day with just sometimes getting tired and don't want to do it, and just not, we're not at 100% all the time because we're human, but it's like he has a way of pushing you through that process for you to not focus on that, but he will also have you like sit back and he will reveal like the things around you that's negative, that's not supposed to be around you, that's been hidden. That's
Mm-hmm.
how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like we can be around people every day, all day that be around us and be like, yeah, you know, I support you. I like doing this. Da, 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 da. But then it'll be like, it'll be something that'll just be so random, and you'll just be like, what? Like I would never expect that from somebody, you know, that, you know, like we pour our all into. But I say that to reflect on the fact that whatever he usually has for you, he's gonna shed the dead weight that don't need to be around you, so you can have what's for you already.
Yes, he's gonna push you closer to your goals, but you have to help yourself
Yeah,
first.
you gotta be 100% with the mind, body, and soul of going through the process. That's what. So that comes to like my next question, because I have a lot of friends that, you know, when they go and create music, they have like their own kind of vibe, or like their space or location that they go to create music. What would you say would be like a creative space that you can always go to create and just feel like in the element at that moment to make your music?
In my studio, in my
Okay.
house,
Okay.
uh, I got LED lights on the
Yeah.
wall, a big ass Buddha statue.
Yeah.
When I'm creating, I
Yeah.
put this chain over him.
Yeah.
I light some sage,
Yeah.
curate the vibe,
Yeah.
and whatever mood that I'm making, I'll switch the light. So if
Yeah.
I'm making something more sensual or like passionate, it'll
Yeah.
be red. Something more like earthy and more of a healing vibe, green.
Yeah.
Purple is when I'm on my fly shit.
Yeah.
It's just a whole vibe from beginning to end
Yeah.
as soon as I step in that room.
Yeah, that's really cool to know, because like for me, I like nature. I like being outside. Like if I was back in California, it'd always be the beach for me. Like I could sit at the beach, bro, and just like be refueled again. And
Which
then
beach? Santa Monica? Venice?
no, it depends. Like Malibu Beach, or like
Oh, he fancy with it.
Newport Beach or Long Beach. Like, you know, but any, to be honest, any type of beach that just, well, Santa Monica is pretty. Nah, I'm good on Santa Monica. But you know, like, and just being by the water for me has always been like a place where I can just go, and like it don't matter what's going on around me. It's just like something with the water that just makes my like creativeness just. I don't know.
Flow?
I'll be ready to take over the fucking world, bro. Like I swear. Like that's why I would ask you that, because I have friends that, you know, go out of town, or they try to go to like the desert or just different places, camping, like just different stuff like that. Is definitely like an environmental thing that gets you to lock in. I like that you said that you have like your own like studio at your house with the LED. You like the sage. You got your Buddha thing. Like a lot of people don't know, like that stuff is important.
Yes.
Like I can't walk in a room and it's just like nothing in there but the just equipment. Like I would freak out. I gotta at least have like something. Like I don't know. I just always try to like put stuff together.
you
but
gotta
yeah.
you gotta curate the vibe.
Yeah.
My life is a movie.
Yeah.
So it's up to me to curate the vibe specifically to
Yeah.
the scene in every predicament that I'm in.
Yeah.
When I'm cooking, I'm listening to house music.
Yeah.
I'm dancing around. I'm having a good time. My
Yeah.
shirt off, fucking scrambling eggs and shit, bro. It's a whole movie. It's a whole vibe.
Yeah.
Nothing I do is boring.
Yeah. We talked about 2025 and what you got coming up. What can people expect for you like in the summer? Like what you got coming for the summer? Because I know you like one of those artists that be sitting on a lot of music and just be having us waiting. but we know when it drop, like it's gonna be worth it. You know what I mean? So me being a fan of your music and a supporter, like I'm just really excited to see what you got coming next.
I'm going to throw my own show.
Let's go. Okay.
And it's an experience.
Okay.
It's going to be like you need to wear some shit
Okay.
like this to
Have
get
to bust out my suit. Let's go.
in order to get in. Yes, you need some
Okay.
crushed velvet on.
Okay.
But yeah, man, everything is just leveling up. I'm gonna up the ante. I'm really going to have fun with this shit.
Yeah.
And connect more with the fans
Yeah.
and my supporters. That's the main goal.
Yeah.
Is the connection this year.
Yeah. Hey, and I'm looking forward to it. Y'all just got a whole exclusive. My boy about to put together his own show in the summertime. Weegi, I thank you so much, bro, for coming through to the show. You're like a brother to me. Whenever you feel like you want to come through and promote anything that you got going on, or if I can help you in any way, I'm always here and I got you, my boy. Y'all let the people know where to follow you on all social media platforms. I think we did that, but just let the people know again where to follow you on all platforms.
One more time in case you weren't listening. WeegiWizers. Come fuck with me. Much love.
Y'all stay tuned. My boy Weegi is about to take over 2025. Thank you, everybody. We're finally back in the new year with the 5th episode of Music to My Ears podcast. And that's a wrap.